Alright guys, it's Naru, and I know I haven't uploaded a video in a couple days, but I've been dealing with some other stuff. We're gonna go ahead and try to do one right now, and it's been a couple days since I played Halo, so I'm probably gonna do pretty crappy. This is gonna be my first set of games, and this might be two videos or two gameplays in this one video, because I mentioned before that I thought about doing like a Halo 4 wish list, and while I haven't sat down and thought like too in depth about it, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that, and I probably won't be able to fit it all into one gameplay, so there might be two gameplays in this one video. I might just play two matches back to back. That might be just how I do it with this. We'll see. But first up, I guess would be that everybody's going to want dedicated servers for Halo 4, and big reason is being Gears of War 3. First game pretty much ever to pump out the dedicated servers for consoles. But I'm not seeing it happen for Halo 4, and I'll tell you why. Once Bungie left Halo, that gave Microsoft pretty much 100% rights to the franchise, and Microsoft is kind of widely known to be money soft, I guess would be the best way to put it. They don't like to spend a lot of money, and so that's the main reason why I don't see dedicated servers, because dedicated servers will cost quite a bit of money. Uh, and they probably just won't want to do it. There's a triple. Over. Over. Oh man. But I don't foresee them giving us dedicated servers. It's just not their style. I would love it, but I doubt they're gonna do it. So the thing to counter that, in my opinion, would be to make the game hit scan, like Reach is, and how Halo 2 was. And I failed hardcore right there. But the reason why it's hit scan would be a way to kind of make it not as bad to be a peer-to-peer network is because hit scan registers weapons instantly rather than them being projectiles. Obviously, Halo 3 was projectiles, and I mean it's a good game. I like Halo 3 actually more than Reach, but I do prefer the hit scan because it makes host less powerful. And the reason why is because in a peer-to-peer network, the game tries to pick the person with the best possible connection for all of the players to connect to, and then everybody connects to that person, and that's why it's a lot cheaper for companies to do peer-to-peer, because they only need a couple servers inside of the countries for people to start the matchmaking, but once it actually gets into a game, the host is basically the server. That's why it's a lot cheaper. They don't have to pay for the dedicated servers that way. But it causes problems with lag and the host having a pretty big advantage. Namely, just because since they are the host, they have absolutely zero lag. There's no lag time for the host, whereas everybody else is going to have at least close to a half a second slower than him. Uh, Now, if you have a really, really good internet connection, maybe not quite so bad like that, but I don't have the greatest internet, so for me, if I go in a battle versus the host, I'm pretty much half a second behind him. That gives him a pretty big advantage, which is another reason why I mainly focus on map movement and positioning to give me the advantage, because I don't have the advantage of super powerful internet. But hit scan, that's what I'd like to see if we have to have peer-to-peer. I'm failing. Why am I failing so hard? The next thing, I guess, on the list would be I would like to have. Well, of course, I'd want the bleed through melee system from Halo 3, but a little bit different. Like, I would actually like Halo Reach's MLG version of the melee with Halo 3's bleed through. And what I mean by that is in Halo Reach, the MLG gameplay, they have the melee modifier set to 75%, and I would actually like that to be the base for Halo 4, like the base stats. And the reason why is because it forces you to at least put one shot in them before you can melee to take down their shields. And it's definitely needed in Halo Reach because of the sprint and the evade and things like that, allowing you to get up on people quicker. It's not seen so much in Halo 3, but it does happen. And I just think it's more fair to have it set at 75%, where you'd have to shoot them at least one time with the battle rifle, and then melee to actually pop their shields, and then the second time that you melee obviously kills them. The other thing that would do is it would require you to basically get their shields to 25% before meleeing would grant you a bleed through kill. And of course, I'm coming as like a hardcore competitive player. Well, I used to be a hardcore competitive player, so that's just sort of my mindset. That's kind of what I'm after. Uh, but I just think that's a lot more fair that way. And why am I spawning next to them? My God, I'm so bad right now. But the melee, that's one of the other big things I want. I want that type of melee. The grenades, I want the grenades to go back to Halo 3 style. I don't really care about the look as much as I care about how powerful they are. The plasmas are fine in Reach. I think they've left them pretty much exactly the same. You know, if you get stuck, you die. If you walk right over top of a plasma nade, you die. The trade-off there is that the plasma does more damage, but its blast radius is much smaller. That's pretty much the trade-off you get, and I like that. But the frag in Reach, however, is extremely overpowered. I'm fairly certain that if you even just hit them one time with like the DMR, and then you hit them with a frag like right at the feet, you kill them. That's pretty much how it goes. You pretty much kill them. In Halo 3, a frag right at your feet will take your shields away and pretty much nothing more. And I think that's how it should be. So the frags, definitely I would change that. Map design, I guess, would be the next thing that I would think about from a competitive standpoint. I like symmetrical maps. And, well, I'll rephrase that. I like symmetrical maps when they're done well. I guess that would be the best way to put it. I like them when they're done well. A good example of a great symmetrical map would be Zealot on Halo Reach. It's not too big, it's not too small, and everything is perfectly balanced. Neither team has an advantage to get a power weapon, although considering there's only 2 power weapons on that map stock, which is the sword and the concussion rifle. But nobody has an advantage to getting a power weapon. I don't really like the space aspect of that map, but other than that, I think that map's pretty much perfect. Now, an example of a symmetrical map that's not done well is Countdown, and I absolutely despise Countdown. Absolutely despise it. And normally I like symmetrical maps. Normally they do a pretty good job with those, but the problem with Countdown is that it's all about that top level. Getting up to the 3rd floor is it. If all 4 of the opposing team takes over the 4th floor, or the 3rd floor, I mean, and they spread out, whoever's on the lower one, unless they can make some kind of amazing push and break that setup, loses. There is no flanking routes like there are in Zealot. Zealot, you can flank, there's jump ups and things like that. In Countdown, if you're playing against a 4-person team and they're perfectly set up, it's a bad game for you. I don't care how good you are, you're going to have a bad game. You're either going to go negative or barely break even. And you're most likely going to lose. Who is shooting? I don't know who's shooting. Whatever. But you're going to lose if that happens. Because if you've got an enemy player, 1 in each vent, and 2 of them by the drop downs up there by the top health pack, there's no way to flank them. You pretty much have to go straight to them. And the lifts, people might say the lifts, but no, the lifts are not going to help you. Oh, get fucking owned, son. I'm sorry, but that was awesome. That is like the best shot I've hit in a long time. But back to my original point. If you've got the lifts, they are not, oh, another nice one. The lifts are not that great. They're not. If you got a person that's like me that wears a headset, I'm going to hear you. That's not a flank route. I'm going to hear you. A flank route is a way for you to sneak up on the enemy, not give your presence away. And I am in the middle of their base right now. This is not good. I don't even care. I got the 2 nice no scopes. I don't even care. But there's no flank route in Countdown. If they get that set up, that's the foolproof setup. Once it's locked in, it's extremely hard to break. Let's see if we can help this guy out a little bit. Okay, get your BR back together in RO. It's not working. All right, but it's just so hard to break if you get all four guys up there and they're perfectly spread out like that. They can hear the lifts if they're wearing headsets. There's nothing you can really do to flank them. There's no jump ups or any fancy way to get up top. It's just nothing. It's basically death. Because you have to go to them. It's either camp and just like hope that they get, I guess restless would be the best way to call it, and try to be over aggressive to you, or you have to go straight to them and hope that you can pull out some clutch double kill or something to break up their setup. They're just like camping this bottom area hardcore, aren't they? But like I said, I haven't really sat down and thought about everything that I want. That's just like some basic stuff that I would like. I think that's a pretty good list to start with so far. Uh, in a couple days I might amend it a little bit when I think of some other stuff. That's the main thing. The battle rifle obviously is probably going to be back, so that's not a big deal. I don't want Bloom. I don't want Bloom. It's not that I can't shoot the DMR. Those of you guys that have been around for a while know that I very much can shoot the DMR. I just don't like it because it slows the game down a lot. And I guess that would be like the other big thing. I want the game's pace to go back more towards like Halo 2, Halo 3, where it's really quick. Oh my god, I failed. I couldn't find him. But, it slows the pace down. I don't want armor abilities either, I guess would be another thing to say. I don't want the armor abilities. I would prefer it if it goes back to equipment. I'd rather not have anything like that at all, but, I'm an old school guy. I like gun-on-gun fights. But, if anything, I would rather have it as equipment. And, just simply because Armor Lock has its own problems, especially like the jetpack. The maps aren't made very well for the jetpack. And we're actually losing right now. This is not good. Alright. I need to focus a little bit more on the game now. But the jetpack, it's kind of broken. There's a lot of spots that people can abuse and get up there and just abuse the death timer. Just come down and go right back up. That sort of stuff. It's not very well balanced. So like I said, I would just, if there's going to be anything at all, I would prefer it to be equipment. Failing. Come on, let's pull out a clutch. That's one dude that only has 4 kills. Need to pull out a clutch here. Yeah, help a teammate. That's how we do it. Teamwork. Where's this guy? Oh. Oh, yes. Yes, come on. Gain the lead, baby. There we go. Come on, kill him. Finish him off for me. Or I'll just finish him off. That works. Oh, 49-49. Oh. Lose it. Oh, well. But, that's pretty much the gist of my list so far. Like I said, haven't sat down and thought about it. I guess you guys can leave in the comments what kind of changes you'd like to see. Like I said, I'll probably end up amending this list in a little while. But, for now, that's all I've got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And I'm going to be trying to get into uploading a lot more regularly, every 2 to 3 days. I did borrow a copy of Reach from one of my real life friends that doesn't really play it anymore. And I will have that, but I think what I'm going to do is I'll use Halo 3 for Slayer gameplay, just because it's quicker. And I'll leave Reach for like objective gameplay. And, of course, when Anniversary comes out, there'll probably be a lot more Reach than Halo 3, but I might still try to upload some Halo 3. But anyway, I am out, guys, and I will talk to all of you later.